It was a just verdict. It was a deserving verdict, and I know that he's pleased at least that this part of his nightmare is over with.
Keith, you said in court, deserve what I'm getting, ain't no big deal. What was your reaction to that?
Well, Paul, that's the same attitude he's had since the beginning of this. I saw no remorse today. I've seen no remorse as far as what he's been convicted of prior to, and you know, I guess it is what it is, but it's unfortunate, I think, you know, especially from a victim's perspective. I know they look for that, and I prepare them generally and say, you know, I don't know what's going to be said, if anything. But in that particular case, I mean, it seemed to me that he was more interested in moving on to the next trial and getting this over with. But I didn't see any remorse or any sort of sorry for what happened.
Can you talk about the next phase? What happens next?
Well, of course, with this case, it's finished. There'll be an automatic appeal to the Indiana Supreme Court, which I've been told by the Indiana Attorney General, who, by the way, takes care of all the appeals in Indiana. So we're finished as far as the prosecutor is concerned with this case.
For those that don't have emotional ties to this and say, you know, he's already been sentenced to death, you can only kill a man once, if you will, what do you say to those who say, why do you continue with these trials? He's already been sentenced to death.
Simple. We just heard what the defendant said. No deals. I want a trial. This is the United States of America and the state of Indiana, and a defendant has a right to a trial. Based on this morning, we could stop after that first question, because you heard what I heard, that he's not interested in talking. He's interested in having two trials, and he wants, you noticed he said, fast and speedy under our rules and in rules of in any state. A defendant has a right to be brought to trial within a fairly quick period of time. Unless it's waived, he has a right to be tried and not sit in jail and wait for a trial. So when you hear that term fast and speedy, he's asserted that right. So the court is now under a different obligation to set these trial dates unless it gets waived. So that'll be interesting to watch. I'm certain his attorneys aren't interested in doing anything that quickly, but if he is, then it needs to be done. What, the murder cases? Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would never trade justice for money. Absolutely not.
Which one would you dismiss? Which family would you tell that we're dismissing the charges?
The second trial is death penalty.
It was just a question.
The third is